Hey guys, Laura with Garden Answer. So this is part 2 of our raised bed video. If you haven't seen our first video where I showed you how to build this raised bed, you can check that out right here. Today I'm going to plant some cold crops, and I'm also going to make this bed even more functional by building a cold frame over it so I can plant earlier this spring and also to keep my crops growing longer into fall. I'm going to plant several different things. Ed's red shallots, which I'll plant along the back of the top tier. They are the tallest of everything I'm going to plant, so it'll be a good spot for it. I love shallots and they're so expensive in the store, so I like to plant as many of them as I can. And the next one is Swiss chard. It's the bright lights variety, and I'll plant about half the width in front of the shallots in this top tier. I actually don't grow Swiss chard to eat it. I don't really like it, but I love the bright lights variety because the stems are so colorful and they're really great for flower arrangements. And then on the other half of the top tier in front of the shallots, I'm going to do cilantro, but I'm only going to do about a foot section, and then I'm going to leave a foot to plant about 2 to 3 weeks from now, and that way I can kind of alternate from section to section and replant every 2 to 3 weeks so I can always have some fresh cilantro on hand. And then in the bottom bed, I am going to do some chives on half of the back. I love chives. I could put them on almost everything. And then Nantes carrots will be the other half of the back, and Nantes are a really sweet coreless carrot and they're a favorite in my area. I really like them. And then all along the front I'm going to do something soft and pretty, and so I've chosen a couple of different leaf lettuces. There's a black seeded Simpson, a real pretty green one, and then a French red leaf, which I really like. So I'm really excited. Now that I've got all my seeds planted, I'm going to water them in really well, and then I'll start building the cold frame. The cold frame is really easy to build. I bought some 1/2-inch tube straps at Home Depot. They come in a pack of 10, but I'm only going to need 6. And I'll attach one on every corner on the inside of the raised bed, and then I'll measure to the middle and I'll attach one on both the front and the back. Next is the framing. I happened upon this greenhouse kit in the half-off section at my local nursery. If you can't find this exact setup or something similar, it's not a problem. You could easily adapt this plan to use 1/2-inch PVC with PVC fittings. All I'm going to do is slide the tubes into each of the tube straps and attach them in the center on the top with the fittings. I love that this isn't a hoop shape. I think the more triangular shape makes the bed just a little more interesting. I have 2 different types of coverings here, greenhouse plastic and floating row cover. I'm going to use the greenhouse plastic now since it is still really cold. It's still dipping into the 20s here at night. When it gets warmer, I will switch over to the row cover. Our spring season here is typically pretty windy, so I like to have something covering my seedlings until they're up and fairly established. I have several pieces cut already. I just kind of roughly cut them, one for each end and then one for the front and one for the back. And when I get it all attached, I'll cut it up to size. But I'm going to attach them with these little snap clamps. They actually came with this kit, but you can order snap clamps online if you can't find a kit like this. So there you go, it is now a finished product. The sides and the back are stationary. They will stay put, but the front piece is attached along the top, so you can either open it, flip it over toward the back and water and work in it, and then you can flip it back over and attach it with a few more of your little clips on either side in the middle if you want it all shut up at night. I think this raised bed as a whole is such a great idea just because it's raised up off the ground, so it won't leave a big stain wherever you put it. It also doesn't take up much space, but it still gives you quite a bit of space to grow some really great produce. Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far, a thumbs up to you, and make sure to subscribe below. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.